Hello again, everyone. We are once again back in line after a somewhat brief hiatus. Hopefully what this is the start of is a hopefully weekly series that'll be going over the Friday daily set, since it is rated the highest difficulty level sets. There's only one set in each, so it shouldn't take too long. There's just a nice little brief weekly video that should allow you to complete at least the Friday daily set. I might start doing Saturday as well, because I've noticed an increasing amount, well, especially Saturday and Sunday for the past few weeks, there's been an increasing amount of 5-tier sets as well that have a good amount of difficulty to them. So we'll see what goes on moving forward from that standpoint. But for now, at least the Friday ones are going to be definitely something that I can release on a weekly basis, because they are consistently going to be pretty much they're going to be exactly the same kind of difficulty level set every single week, just because that's the way the daily lists are working right now. So we have that. I did get flockers. It's not really something that I perceive, at least right now. It's still in the early access stages of it, so it's still kind of in the beta mode of a video game. But it's not something that's exactly what I was thinking from the standpoint of video content. A little bit. There's built-in streaming, so there is that. It has a level editor, but it's not quite what I was considering, because the game of that genre that I had played before, Flash game, was the Dibbles series, which was actually available. It's basically a Flash game that was available quite a while ago. I think the first one of the series released in 2011, if I remember correctly. It's a Flash game, a Flash-based game that's available on Congregate, on probably Armor Games, and whatever other arcade site would hold it. Oh, right. There we go. But so, looking forward, again, the plan is probably to do a weekly video online, specifically with this Friday set, maybe expanding that to Saturday and Sunday if need be, or there's demand for it. However, one of the things that recently released on Steam that I'm actually very excited about, and playing a lot for the last few days and even the last week, in fact, it's been out that long at the time of this recording now, is Dynasty Warriors 8 was recently ported over to Steam, and I've been a big fan of the Dynasty Warriors franchise, but unfortunately never had a PlayStation of my own in order to play any of those games. So having a Dynasty Warriors title that's a full title ported over to the PC and being able to play that it's been great for me, because it's something that I've always wanted to get back into playing, that particular franchise, but I've never had the ability to play it, because there was a port of a Dynasty Warriors type game over to the Game Boy Advance, I believe, or the DS, one of the two, but it wasn't really that real Dynasty Warriors kind of style. It was kind of almost like an arcade title, but really wasn't that good, and didn't really fit. For the port over to the portable console, it was basically just a game that was really lacking from the standpoint of content, because you could only play 3 characters. It was very limiting, not a lot of scenarios, pretty much the same map over and over and over. So really didn't give that Dynasty Warriors type feel. So I'm glad to see an actual full title Dynasty Warriors game make it over to basically make it over to the PC, because that's a franchise that has been very successful over on the PlayStation. It's nice to see it start to make its way around to a little bit more availability, because even though it is $50 on Steam, which is fairly pricey for a game on Steam, for somebody like me who doesn't have a PlayStation but still wants to be able to have a game like that franchise, it's definitely worth it. Although if you have the game or you have a PC, that the $50 price point is probably a little bit more expensive and not quite, doesn't quite necessarily give you that same kind of satisfaction as if you have the ability to play it otherwise. But there is, I checked out, been able to record a few things in that. Might start putting out videos in that, I'm not sure. I mean, it is a game that's been out for a while. It's basically just a reboot. It's basically just a complete edition of Dynasty Warriors Extreme Legends. So it's nothing really that new from the standpoint of stuff like that. It's basically been out for quite a while, so so there's nothing really too useful that I'm going to be doing in there other than just kind of fun videos. Kind of like a couple of things that I've done in Saints Row the Third. Actually, it's probably a little bit old news by now, but if I remember correctly, Saints Row the Third is actually available for free on Xbox Live, if I'm not mistaken at this point. For a little while anyways, so I might go back into that a little bit and redo some content of that since it's going to be available to more people now because of the free promotion of that game. Again, I have been playing Saints Row 4, but I haven't really gone all the way through it, so I might need to go back into that sometime soon here and finish up with that game. There's a lot of different ones that I've got on Steam or just in general that I haven't really quite played through all the way, but I would like to go back through sometime. It's just sometimes generating video content for those games isn't necessarily as ideal, but again, one of those is like the Hearthstone. I mean, that's where it's kind of nice, but it doesn't really provide that much in the way of sustenance for viewing pleasure. But again, for these, at least the daily sets, particularly for Friday, since those are automatically going to be 5-tier sets every single Friday. Probably going to look to start the weekly set here, just going through it every single Friday and going through the video real quick, going through the set real quick, releasing them as soon as possible so you guys can have the whole day in order to complete the level set. But otherwise than that, I mean, it's just really figuring out what else I can do from a content standpoint to get more stuff out there and get more stuff for you guys to enjoy viewing. But Flockers, unfortunately, is probably not going to be included among the plans as originally as hoped. It's still a good game. I would still recommend trying it out if you can afford paying for it or want to do it. If you don't want to pay that much but still want to play that kind of style game, I would look into the Dibbles franchise, which is the last game I believe was released in 2012. So it's been a while since that was last since for that franchise has been out. It is a Flash game. It is available again on Kong, I believe, on all the games and wherever else. But if you're looking for a game like Flockers and want to play something like that, but don't want to like pay for the retail release of Flockers, then Dibbles franchise Flash games is actually a fairly good alternative for you. But anyways, we are getting close to the end here. This is 23, I believe. So again, I hope you guys will find at least these daily levels to be useful for you, because I know a couple people were requesting that I do certain ones. There was one on a Saturday, I believe, that was fairly difficult, because there was one Saturday where there was 2 different 5-tier sets, I believe. It was either Saturday or Sunday. And those 2 were particularly difficult from the standpoint of daily sets, particularly more so than a lot of other ones have been recently. So it might start really getting into more and more of the daily sets, because the difficulty is starting to get going a little bit more from the standpoint of all the different daily levels. So if I run into someone one that's particularly challenging, like that one, I think it was around a couple Saturdays, it may have been last Saturday or a couple Saturdays ago, but if it really gets, for those ones that are really challenging, I might start doing more and more of them. But anyways, Friday will most likely, as long as I can keep this going, I will probably release a video every Friday going through the level set. So look for that, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.